we were discussing about like how do we exactly execute our project in the Jenkins. Like we discussed about command prompt, how do we execute them using the command line argument, and then Maven. Then when we try to execute our code from the GitHub. Okay, so let me just go with the Jenkins. I'll open the Jenkins, and I'm going to give my username password. Should be and the method it says, let me just go ahead and try to I created my username, right? So I'm just trying to give my user details. We have saved logins. Let's see what are the passwords that we have saved here. So we have never saved anything. So I can th and let me try with root admin. So we should have some default Jenkins login. So we'll try to do with that. Okay. So it should allow me actually. Otherwise, not to worry, just we have everything ready set up, right? So we'll try to reinstall it. So it should not cause any login error. I'm just trying to, how do we actually reset it? So I'm just trying to do it. Okay. So here, if it is like password is missing, then we'll go to the config file where the Jenkins is stored. So I've just given that username and password, everything should be there, but it's not taking up. Let me just go here. Config.xml. Open with. So here we should have the username. Maybe this user is not.
Credentials, I think it will.
Sorry. Yeah, security system that we have put it through. So let me put it as like false. Okay. So user security. So username and password that I should remember it. Disable sign in. Say we have like disable sign in. Okay. So we'll put it through. So few things that we have to change in part of in.config config.xml file. So because if we have the security setup true, then it is going to ask you for the security. Let me just go and refresh. Okay, I need to save it, right? Save mine. Now for this, what I have to do is like I need to run this services again. Okay. So I need to start the services. So we have made the settings, right? So the settings will reflect only when we restart the services. Trying to log in now. Okay. So this is another alternate way, guys. But generally, still it is not allowing me. Again, I need to go and check it. So we have already started this Jenkins machine. Let me stop it and start it again. Okay, so it is running. So then after we can go to default user that we are trying to do is like admin. And you can put the password wherever we have had the secret password, right? So you can go to that secrets and have this password. Okay, so it should be there in this program setting. Sorry. So wherever we have installed the Jenkins, right? So there we have to go. So this is nothing but this is kind of like a recurring password. So it should be there here. So initial, we have program files, Jenkins, and then secret. So let's me check here. Do we have any Jenkins here? So let me run it from this location. So here we have programming data, Jenkins and secret. Just open that and we should have like initial admin password. Okay, so that should be here. Maybe just yeah, don't say. Something is wrong with this. Actually, it should allow me to do this. So not so secret. Let me just try this with this key. This is important, guys. Actually, we need to remember that username and password. Otherwise, we have to reset it. It should be here, but once you use it, it will be like gone, I guess. So that is how it will be like, so this is the reason why generally, so we are going to go with the default table. Right? So let me just open it. We don't have any keys here. So which is showing us like master key. So this shouldn't be the, let me try with this. Jenkins, sorry, localhost. I'm going to type admin and try it here. So it is not allowing me. Let me try another way. So there is another way also. So we can go here. Sorry, go to this program files, Jenkins. Do you see any .Jenkins here? No. So .Jenkins folder should be created. So in that we can get the password. Otherwise, we'll try to install this Jenkins again. Okay. So it shouldn't be a problem, but generally it should be stored somewhere. Here in secrets, it should be here. Okay. So otherwise, we'll go to the system, C drive, and we have Windows system 32. So in this we have. So this is another way of recording actually. So it should allow me here continuous, and then we have like system profiles and app data. So Jenkins cache. That okay, not Jenkins. Let me go to this app data, local. Stored here, dot Jenkins. So these are the jar files actually. So here it should be a folder should be created. Okay. So these are like cache. Everything will be cached here. Let me check if I have inside this something has been created or not. Our data no not required. So it should be here at least like. So just we need to find out whether we need to find out that secret folder. So secret folder is available in this Jenkins, but not sure like it has removed that. Once we use it, right? So it will be removed from that. So it is what that is what it has done. Actually, it is removed from that particular location. So I'm trying to just recover it from it. The file Jenkins secrets and here. So it is not available. We have any scripts here? No. EID. So this is password ID actually it is showing. Key is encrypted. Master key. This should work actually because this is the master key that we have initially used it. So it's not working. Let me just try and check with the admin. So admin is like default. Yes, like okay. Yes, we have to again reinstall this. Let me do that again. Because if you forget the password, then we can recover it, but it's not showing up here. I should find this secret box here. So this is a secret. Inside this, we have the secret ID. Okay, so that ID initially we did it right, so that we have to copy it. So, but it is that once we have used it, so it is like encrypted. So better you can like you need to remember or we need to store that password somewhere. I tried all the options, but it's not showing up. Let me. So one is like you can just see that in program files. I'll show you like where do you exactly find it. Okay, so it should be there in this program files, Jenkins, and after that you can see there is a option called. We have one another folder. Secret will be stored here. Okay, so the other one is like you can go to the users. Okay, so see users. Then we can go to my laptop name is Dell. Okay, so dot Jenkins here we have this and we have like secrets. Okay, so secret and it should be here at least like now. Yeah, secret key. So let me open with this. So this is the key. We tried with this, but let's see again. Local host. I'll try with admin. Okay, default user is like admin. Key not so secret. So this is also key that we can use, but we don't have any keys here. In secret box, we should have at least like this is the not Jenkins and secret. In that we have initial secret. Not sure if we are secret file. This is a secret file. It's like encrypted, I guess. Okay. Let's not waste our time here. Let me again go to this Jenkins and try to install it. Okay. So we already have this MSI installer. Okay. So installer, I'm trying to install it again. So it's asking you to remove it. If you want to remove, you can remove, or if you want to remove, you can repair it. Okay. So let's remove it. Okay, let me install it again. So this time we'll be careful with the password. Okay, so whatever password that we are putting, so now it is like it is storing in this location. And here account, one is like service account local admin not recommended. So maybe that would be the reason. But here what I'm going to do is like I'm going to use my account. Okay, so my system username password. So it is like, let me just get my system username password. My PC. Otherwise, I'll directly go here and I'm going to use Windows key E. So it will take to my location. Go to this and you can just go here. Okay, let me just get inside this one. Otherwise, I can type here. I can just right click on this. So what is the device name? So this is the device name. Okay. So this is the device name. I'll take this one, account, and my system password. We have that 1, 2, 3. Username and password is incorrect. It says. So the device name I'm taking it. So manufacturer Dell. Okay, so let me consider another thing here. So I can directly use this, or you can use this actually system information. It shows like what is that information that we have here. Just click on this. Okay, what does it has found? Yeah. PC information, your information, and account. So administrator, you can see this is like pratyusha.kundur@outlook.com. Let me just take this one. So this is what desktop get. This is like the username. Otherwise, we can check. How do we exactly check this? Is like I'll tell you. Okay. So right click on this. You can go to this show properties, and you can see there is like the option that we have like properties, and you can go to this security, and you can edit this. Okay. So here you see this is what administrator desktop get administrator. Okay. Add user if you want to add it. So if you say this one, check names, it is available. It shows that this is the available. Okay. So who is this? This is the admin. You can see admin slash. Okay. So we have to give admin slash administrator. So let me add this one now. So we already have this permission. See, all permissions are allowed here. Okay. So admin slash administrator. Administrator. Password is incorrect. So again. Maybe something I need to check it. Yes, it should allow me. Actually, it's not. Let me take the users here instead of administrator. Control Z. I'm going to take the. So this is all like, IT people would be doing it on your local machine. I just appreciate you to go with this, like, if you have a username account that you can directly use it, like domain users, whatever user that we have, but this is the user. Okay. So this is the user that we can do. I'm surely that I am just missing out something here, the password actually. So that is the reason it is throwing the error, but I'm just giving the password here. So credentials must be tested to continue. So it is like, it's not allowing me. Let me take it, but default only. Okay. So 8080 port is available. Next, here we have to change it for 17. Okay. So we already looked into that issue, right? So what was the issue? So last time it was not allowing us to load it because of 19. Okay. So now it's going to check it. So it will say that start services, that we can allow these services. Okay. So it's nothing but it is installing the services. Now you go here and try to just refresh it. Now you can't find that Jenkins here. Okay. So Jenkins are not created as services. Let me just go here. And now when I say next, so it's going to install everything. This all happened because we just forgot the password and we are trying to restore the Jenkins. Okay. But generally, we don't forget the password here. If you forget the password, it should be available under the secret actually. Okay. So, but my bad, it's like I just forgot it. So again, we got the opportunity to reinstall that Jenkins after removing that. Okay. So, but generally, real time, this all things will not be allowed at your end, guys. So only for your practice that we can just download this Jenkins and run this installer. So everything will be monitored and managed by the service provider. Like, if you're working on this project, so the person who is working as an admin, so he'll be taking care of it. Okay, so still it is, I think it is loading. Let me go here. Try to refresh this. Now we should go to this Jenkins. Okay, so yeah, let me go to this program files. We have Jenkins, .Jenkins, secret. Initial key is not available yet. Let me just try to check it again, guys. So here also we did not have this. Okay, so let me freshly install it. How do we do it? Is like, we'll go to the control panel and we remove that whatever software that we have installed, right? So we'll try to remove it from there and we'll try to install it freshly. So Jenkins, this is what we have, right? So right click on this, uninstall this. Services that cannot be updated, the system is running. If you choose to continue, a reboot will be required. Okay. So like again, I need to restart this machine, guys. So it's saying that we should restart this machine. So now it is gone. We just refresh it. You don't have services here. This port will be empty. Okay, now we don't have anything here. So reboot, it says like reboot is required. Let's see now, do we have those folders available here or not? Okay, so go to this. Yes, Jenkins, still it is saying that it's a backup, it is there. And then next we have programming files. Here we don't have anything. Here also we don't have anything here. Okay, so yeah, I mean, like here we have those things, but we don't have this Jenkins and let's like installed on our machine. But it is like it is showing these folders. Let me just delete this because this is like I'm just continuing it, removing the folders which are already available. Okay, so I'll go to programming files. Don't do this. It is like force delete actually. Okay, so force delete by default it should be deleted from that location. So if you uninstall this, okay, so you should not able to see this form. So go to another location. We have users del, and it should be like dot Jenkins is available here. So here also we need to just remove this folder so that we can freshly install everything. Okay, so rest of the things keep it as is. Now we'll go back. Go to the downloads and you can start the installer. So here you can see next. Yes. So we'll take this logon type because this service account I don't remember the password. So we'll go to this and test for the port is available. Next you can just change it from this to this one. So verified publisher CDF and hard drive. Go here and get type local host 8080 port. Okay. So let's see that if it is available here, and we have to check for the services also. Services also. So it should be there here. So we got the Jenkins here and it is running. Okay, so let's wait for this to get hosted. And we'll go here. We'll try to get the password. So from where we need to get the password. So you have like two things. One is here. You can see Jenkins folder is created. Within this, you don't have any password. It's just showing that there is a Jenkins file which is installed. Go to the programming data. So here also, it's like still loading, I guess. Yes, okay. So wait for some time until this is loaded. Otherwise, we have like another way of checking for the password. So go here, go to the users, and you have a .Jenkins folder should be created here. It's getting started. Your browser will be reloaded automatically when Jenkins is ready. So it says that. So we'll try to see that all the things that we have done yesterday. Okay. We'll give the command prompt execution and we'll try to run it from the Maven and we'll try to run it from the Git also. So there is one thing which I missed is like secret. I did not save it actually. So for the benefit of the user, so we should be saving that password. Okay. So because now it is like encrypted. Once you use it, so it will be gone. So better we can put it as like a secret and then we'll see that. Okay. Still it is loading. So let's wait for that Jenkins to get loaded. But don't worry, in case of real time, so this all things will not be like, allowed to us actually. So they will configure everything. So there will be a DevOps team. So DevOps team and the configuration team. So now we see that it's showing programming files. So in this location, it is located. Let's do one thing now as our practice. So this is a good learning from today's class, like how do we exactly save these files now. See, when you go here, you have the initial password. Okay. So you can open it. Now you can copy it. Okay. So copy this. And here you can create a new text file, backup, initial, admin, password. Okay, open this and paste it here. Save it. Okay, so now you go here and you paste your. There are two things that we can do. One is like we can create the user and we can remember our password. If the password is not, now you see that. Now you go here. I'll try to refresh this and see what happens. It is still showing here. But earlier we saw that it was not showing up these things, right? So initial password was not there. So we tried to see that all different Hudson and all whatever we have just created jobs for that, those jobs were like, it was like holding all those server details there. So initial password is like gone. Now initially we had some hiccups because we have those folders which are already there. So it was not overriding those. So I've just removed them and I'm installing freshly. So now you can see that Jenkins job is running. Services. Okay, it will take some time to load this. As we see this, it is like taking all the default plugins. Only we try to add one plugin, Maven plugin, and we'll do the configuration, and rest of the things would be like working fine for us. So today we'll see that how do we exactly use this execute command line prompt and Maven as well as like GitHub. Meanwhile, I'll try to make something ready for us. So I'll just open GitHub also. Don't worry guys, this will not happen in real time. Okay, so only it happened with me because I did not save the password. So that is the reason why I just reinstalled it. So what is that project that we were talking about? So demo test repo. So in this, we want to execute this project, right? So yesterday we tried to execute it, but it was not finding the pom.xml. Where is the pom.xml? It is located inside this particular folder. So after git, see, where do we get the location of this GitHub? So here you need to go, click on this code, and you can say HTTP. Okay, so this is nothing but .git. So we have to give the location of this repository in the job. Okay, so we'll try to create like, I'll show you like two types of thing. One is like Git execution from the freestyle project and Git execution from the Maven. So we try to check it from the Maven. So there, one thing that we could not able to find the pom.xml because that pom.xml is there in the test Maven folder. So we have to give the location of that. From there, it will pick it. Okay. So just we'll wait for a few seconds, guys. So after that installation is, once this plugin installation is completed, we can start with the execution. Yeah. So meanwhile, we'll talk about the resume preparation, guys. How do we exactly prepare the resume? Okay. So I'll go to my desktop. So I have my resume. I'll just show you my resume. But how do you prepare your resume is like, it's all like, how do you exactly put the content in it and what is your experience that you have to post. I'll tell you how to do it. Okay. So let me just download my resume. It should be in my drive. I'll just go to the drive. I'm just finding it, guys. Okay. So it should be in my local machine. I'm just finding it there. Okay. So able to view my screen, guys. This was long
Yes.
back, like I have 6 years of when I was 6 years of experience. So I'm a here you can see this is nothing but the certification that I've done. ISTQB certification, so foundation level. And here the content is like you can see for 6 years of experience, testing involving system testing, functional, non-functional testing, automation testing. So this content is like you can put whatever testing that we are perfect in. Like for example, if you are working on this, so you can cut short it to your experience involving system testing, functional testing, non-functional. So in automation testing, so that is more than enough for you. So here, like if you have experience, like we have experience in Selenium, right? So I'm putting Selenium here. So next is like throughout understanding of SDLC, and we discussed about what is SDLC, SDLC, and then proficient in test automation using. So this is nothing but professional summary that we have to put. Okay. So if you have worked on all these things, then you can put, see, whatever we have discussed is written here. So you can say we discussed about Java programming, Selenium language, TestNG, Selenium tool and TestNG framework. So handling elements in Selenium WebDriver, how do we exactly identify the elements? See, element locators, ID, name, XPath, CSS selector. Okay, so these are these are the locators. WebDriver methods that we see, that get title, get current URL, or else. So we have discussed about handles, right? Window handles, wait. So everything is like WebDriver methods. Programming feature language, Java language programming features that we have discussed about OOPS concepts and rest of the core Java. So TestNG annotations, we discussed about how do we organize this TestNG. And during creation before suite already we have this idea on this and annotations, right? So before suite, after suite, before test, after test, before class, after class. So at the rate test annotation. So these are the annotations. So executing selling test cases and reporting defects. This is nothing but so export, as we are going to use the extend reports, right? So this is nothing but exporting all those things in a reporting. So defects is like that's nothing but we are going to look into the report and say that this particular case is failing because of the results. Because of assertion, we use the assertions, right? Assertions would help us to identify the defects. So experience in data-driven testing. So we used data provider for this. Cross-browser testing, we used Grid for that. Okay, and Grid also, and we used in parallel testing, we use different browsers. Different tests will have different browsers here. So yeah, Selenium Grid also we looked into it. How do we use, what is remote WebDriver and why do we use remote WebDriver? And good knowledge of implementation of framework. So this is not required for you guys. Remove this one, okay? In case like if you don't have experience in designing, okay? So I suggest not to put this one because this is, again, you'll get a lot of questions on this. So you can see that I worked on the existing automation framework using Selenium, okay? So hands-on experience in creating Jenkins jobs. I think nothing but that we are going to do it now, okay? So it's like Jenkins jobs, scheduling jobs and integrating with SCM. That's nothing but source code management. So this is what we are trying to do it, right? So yes, we are trying to do it again. So let me put the same username password. I'm going to. So there are two options. One is like you can create your user. This time we'll remember it. Okay, Srikanth Jinchol is my username and password. So view. So we did not save anything, right? So that's the reason why last time it was throwing there. I can see that we have everything here. So we don't need to forget to see username and password. Better to keep your username and password as is. Okay. Generally, this will not be done when you are doing it at the at the in the organizations at the configurations level, like single chain configuration. They'll take care of all these things. Okay. So you can save and continue. So this is what Jenkins URL. Save and finish. Start using Jenkins. Okay, so we'll come back to this Jenkins. So we just have this Jenkins installed now. We'll go back to this and try to understand. Now we are at this part, right? So we are trying to scheduling the job, creating job, scheduling jobs and integrating with SEO. And good expert and knowledge. Now see, banking and finance is like general term that we use. Okay, so every organization is working in terms of banking and financial. Logistics is like I worked in Procurement, so I was working for UPRR project. Okay, so that is different. So you need not to specify this. Better you can put like e-commerce domains and logistics, banking and finance instead of logistics. Okay. So proficient in designing, review and executing test cases. So this is one good thing that we have to put like, this is major thing that we are going to work as part of the organization. See, now we don't have any specific designation names. Okay. So for the testing, if if it is like demanded, then we have to work on that. Okay. For example, if tomorrow you have to start working on this REST assured or REST API, then you have to start learning it. In performance testing also, it is similar. Okay, so I worked on JMeter also, I worked on REST assured, I worked on this performance center, so I worked on this, what is it? Swagger event. So these are the different tools, guys. Okay, it's not only one tool that we are going to learn, but there are different tools that we have to concentrate. And see, in case of this, you can see that proficient in designing. So that is the reason why I just added both manual and automation. So this is what it specifies here: system testing, functional, non-functional testing, automation testing. Okay, so this it says like functional is like you're doing automation, and manual. Non-functional is like you'll be doing performance testing. In functional, you're doing like you have experience in automation testing. Okay, so likewise you can put. And here it's like it's knowledge in preparing test plan. This is not required. So now nobody is like looking into this test plan and all. So these things are like, this resume is like little old, but you can see that there are few things that I have added. Okay, these things are not required. No, management QC 10 is not there. TFS is also not there. So we have Azure DevOps and ALM 11. Okay, so capable of discovering software bugs, reporting bugs, and everything. So knowledge in this one. So rest of the things are like your capabilities. Okay, capabilities. So this you can remove. Okay, so I have P1 visa. So I mean like this, whatever I'm putting here is like it's my professional summary. So based on your professional summary, you can just add those things. Okay, so if you want, I can share this resume with you, but please remove this whatever we have like projects. Put your projects like e-commerce projects. Say instead of here reads out, you can put e-commerce project, and you can take this template and you can update the resume. So this is like HMM project I work. So these are the different projects, guys. Okay, so here you can see there are responsibilities. This you can again you can go and update these responsibilities. So here you see, I've written like developing Selenium test scripts using Selenium WebDriver. So this would, if you, whatever it's applicable, that you can put it here. Okay, so rest of the things you can remove. So banking and I worked on the banking and finance applications. So I just put it there. But responsibilities, you can just look into responsibilities and you can update your responsibilities. So whichever is applicable. For example, now we are not reviewing any test scripts. So you can remove this one. So you have used, we already worked on the Selenium Grid, right? So you can put like, running scripts on different browsers by using Selenium Grid. So this is what practice that we have done. You can say that I have I have executed test cases using Selenium Grid. So our application was they were asking us to execute in a different browser. So I used Firefox and Chrome. Okay, so that you can specify there. Yes, just give me a second. Hello. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, guys, sorry for that. So yeah, this we can you can just go through this resume and you can see that whatever things that are suitable for you that you can put. I suggest you not to put anything like designing framework or reviewing the test cases. If you are guys, if you are going with 4+ years of experience, for example, if you have 4+ years of experience, this would be very heavy. Okay, so this would be very heavy. So I suggest you to like what is that exactly that experience that you want to go with. So for instance, like so Devi, would you like to go with 6 years of experience or 4 years of experience?
No, sir, only 3+ years.
3+ years is like too heavy for you to add all these things, but I suggest you to put only few things like yeah, this is fine. So still you can say that I have like knowledge on this. Okay, I don't use this hands-on experience. Good knowledge in creating Jenkins jobs, scheduling jobs, and integrating the CSEM. Okay, so after that you can put these things, banking and finance, and few things that you can put, but few things that is not appreciated to have this. Okay, so you can ignore these things. Okay, so here, okay, so let me go it from top itself again. So professional summary, add your professional summary accordingly. So few things, remove it, and so do one thing, you try to prepare the resume based on this. I'll just make the changes, and so that you can just post this resume in your now career so monster. Okay, so you can take the technical skills. These technical skills are not heavy, so you can put it. So this you can remove. Test management tools, and we have worked on this MySQL, right? So you can put MySQL, and packages is like these are open packages that we can use. Okay, so MS Office and Open Office, that is like software packages that generally we work on. And you can put your educational qualification here, and if you have any certifications that you can put it here. Professional experience that you can put here, professional experience. So if you have anything, you can put this professional experiences. And after that, you'll go to the project. Okay, so we'll go to the project. One is like e-commerce project that you can take. So do you have any projects with you currently? I mean, like in your mind that you want to put it as your resume, in your resume?
No, sir.
Okay, so let me try with, so you can connect with the admin from the Ashok IT and let them know that you want to put some projects, and you can ask the projects. And if they give it, that is fine. Otherwise, we can go with the generic e-commerce applications. So yeah, resume preparation is like content that what exactly projects that you should be putting it, that I cannot insist or advise you guys to put it. But the thing is like whichever project that you feel comfortable, that I'm telling you, like whichever domain that you'll be comfortable. So generally banking and finance, that is like comfortable thing. And other thing is like we have a e-commerce domain. So rest of the things are like little complex things. Like if you go with the kind of like medicals, and also there would be like different terminologies that we'll be using. So, but in case of e-commerce application, mostly we are going to have this e-commerce applications like We have like Orange HRM. So these are kind of like this is like HRM application. So e-commerce applications would be like, Amazon is like e-commerce application. And if you go to any kind of like, Byju's, this is like a online learning applications. Okay. So now if you go to any of this Practo. Okay. So these applications are like kind of, hospital management applications wherein you should be knowing like, how do you exactly use this application. Okay. So, but I suggest you to put the e-commerce applications and banking applications. So banking applications also, I would say that you can just use this, any of this, sites like that we have. Okay. So what is your main agenda that you can say that, creating accounts? So nobody's during the interviews, guys, that is one good thing is like nobody's interested to talk about your project in detail. So just they want to understand like, what is your project and what is your experience on that project in terms of automation. But generally they don't consider about like, what is this particular thing. Okay. So for example, if I ask you for ReadSoft application, I'm talking about ReadSoft application. If you are the interviewer, if I start explaining about this project, it will take like, 20 minutes to explain this project. Okay, so we have a ReadSoft invoices software, so wherein it will scan the invoices, it will extract the data, we validate it, and we are going to transform the data. So that is not required. That's not your job. Okay, so that's generally it's not the interviewer's job. Only thing is like if domain he's particularly looking at this domain, bank and finance. Okay, so bank and finance. When I say bank and finance, so a few things that should be we should be aware of it. For example, if we are looking at this some applications, the CAMS application, this application is like lending loans to the person. Okay, lending loans to the person. For the loans also, I'll tell you one one company. Generally, this company is like Black Knights. So they are like totally into the lending loans. Black Knight Financial Servicing. Okay, so this you can just go through the content of this particular sites. Okay, so you can see that what they are providing. See, here we have like solutions, it's solutions, digital mortgage solutions, and products they are working in for a loan originated system, LOS, what we say. Okay, so organization types. So you can take this content. Okay, it's not anything that we are, we are creating on it. We are creating new things. See. So they are going to talk about this. For example, if you go to this, they're going to talk about this application. See, for example, we have product here. So you can say that I worked on this product, so and support product. And this product talks about like when you go to this import loan originated system, you can see this. So you can just copy it and paste it in your resume. And you can say that you worked on this loaning applications. So and you can see that there are like these things you can see. So what exactly it says. So you can say that empowering Black Knight. So just read about it and try to understand few terms. You can just Google it and you can just learn it. Okay, what is loan originating system? So when you go here, so you can just loan originations. So everything it's like everything is available in the Google itself. If you have any experience, that is well and good. So how does it work? So how banks and credit unions use loan origination system, managing document generated by your LOS. So you can just download few things and you can just learn about it. Okay, it's not any rocket science that we have to invent. So only thing is like as an interviewer, I'm telling you guys, we are not going to look into these projects in detail, but what did you work on it? For example, say loan origination, we are talking about like this loan origination system. So what are the modules that we are going to ask you? Like, I'll just so ask about like what are the models that we have. So you can say that task based or automation for advanced thing. We have like you can say that advanced processing. So when you say advanced processing, how does it exactly process? So here we have information. See, everything is like we have to tell the people in such a way like it should be a convincing one. Okay, so you have to prepare it in such a way like that you are using this application and you are talking about it. Automation is altogether a different thing. Okay, automation. See, for example, if I ask you to automate this thing, what do you do? So you'll say that, we have this element identification. We never talk about like product when automating. See, I'll click on this menu item. I'll click on this option. Once I click on this option, I can get this. I can click on this, like, the other sub menu. After that, I have a input box here. So I'm going to enter the data. I click on submit, then validation will be done. So am I talking anything about product? No, right? I'm not talking anything about the product. I'm talking about the functionality, how that functionality can be automated. Okay, so entering details, clicking on submit, validating from the databases. So these are all the things that we are going to talk. So when you join the organization, our product will never talk about, like, we are not going to concentrate much on this black nets anyway. Like if you are working on black net financial services, so you never talk about like black net financial services. So I work for Kofax. Okay, so I work for Kofax. Now you can see we do a lot of different things here. So Kofax is a product-based company. Okay, so it's like automating. See how this will be transforming this digitally transforming information intensive workflows. So we have a lot of things that we do as part of, like, Kofax. So a few things are, like, confidential. You cannot put this directly forward to the other companies. Okay, so they never talk about, like, what are the things that you worked as part of like Kofax. Okay, so KTA, this is total agility. We have like different things in invoices. Okay, so when I go to this total agility, I have this information. Okay, but when you go to my resume, go to this resume and see what I have written for the Kofax. See, it is a software provider based in Irvine, California. It produces applications that simplify information intensive customer interactions. Kofax software provides image capturing processes. So same thing would be here, right? Go here and try to see what I have copied. So this is what I've copied, right? So you can see is integrated platform automating intensive workflows, bringing together low code process. So this is nothing but whatever we have done as part of like Kofax, that we are going to put it here. Okay. So, but the responsibilities, what we have done as part of the project is like that I'm specifying here. So point of contact, I'm the point of contact for running Sanity, understanding user stories, involved in preparation and execution of test cases. So did I say anything about the project? No, I've just given the outline of that project. If they ask you, can you explain about Kofax? Then I'll just say that it's kind of like a company wherein I worked on total agility. So it was like, there was a software, we scan the invoices and we extract the data, we validate the data, then we write the test cases. So likewise, see all this process that we have to explain. But generally, I'm telling you guys, they don't want to, as an interviewer, they don't want to waste the time on this particular project. I'm not worried about what projects that you have done, but what skills that you have possessed, that is important. Okay, so that is the reason why you can see a lot of projects they put, but we don't ask about, like, what is this project, just to understand. Okay, I'll ask you what is CAMS applications. CAMS is it's nothing but it's a Exeter product. Okay, so Exeter is a company, it's a US based company, so it provides loans. Okay, so it provides loans actually. So Exeter Finance. So you go here. It's taking some time. Maybe this company has moved it. Okay, so it's Cedar. Cedar. Let me type it as like exeter.com. Yeah, University of Exeter. I think they have moved it. On this one, guys. Let me just check. Yeah, Exeter Finance. Now you can see that this is kind of like they provide loans to the motor vehicles. Okay, for example, motor vehicles as well as like heavy vehicles. Consumer vehicles, sometimes they provide loans to the consumer vehicles, and we have like four-wheelers also. Now you can see that what they exactly do is like they're going to see, we have for everything we have one note about it, like about us actually. Okay, so you can see There should be one. The details about this particular organization. So it should be here. Is that the outline actually? What exactly this company is? Yeah, our company. So this is nothing but Dexter Finance. We focus on being a premier auto finance company and lender of choice known for its people. Okay, so if you talk about this company, I can understand. Okay, she or he has worked on this particular loaning system and they know how to exactly loans works. Okay, so once you get into the organizations, you get the chance of learning that. Okay, so you can say that this is no way related to us. We had some other things. Okay, so it's not like every organization will have same set of functionalities. Okay, they have different set of functionalities. So here, like we check for the loan eligibility, the person's score. See, if, for example, if you are taking any loan or credit cards, they'll check for few things, right? So validations will be done. So what is your credit history and what is your income? What is your repayment? And do we have any defaults? So these are the things generally every bank does it, right? So in loan system also the same thing would happen. Okay, financing, the same thing would happen. So likewise, we have to create some stories. Okay, create some stories. So it's not only the practice that we have to do as part of this, but generally in IT industries it works definitely. So because you have to create the stories and you have to talk about your product in such a way like they should understand at least 20% out of it. So make sure that you just go to the, if you are putting something. See, I've just opened how many sites I've opened. See, HRM site, e-commerce sites, online learning, and the appointment booking system, then banking system, then mortgage loaning. So this is mortgage loaning is like in terms of assets, okay, fixed assets. So now you see I'm talking about like OPEX. This is nothing but extracting data from the invoices. Say about Exeter Finance, this is nothing but loaning system for the vehicles. See, all these are like these many sites are there. Whichever you want, you can pick it up and you can just have this outline and try to learn about it. Okay, so if we talk about like loaning system, then you will learn something about loaning system, so that at least you should be able to talk about it for 5 minutes. Okay, so likewise you can prepare on those things, guys. So resume preparation is like very easy, but the thing is like whatever content that you are putting, you should be sure about it. Okay, so now you see that I did not talk about any banking application, anything apart from this only one single line. Professional summary. What is my actual skill that I'm putting it hard? Okay, so here you can see this is my actual skill that I'm putting it hard. So I'm talking about like my functional testing, SDLC, all testing related stuff is here. Okay, only one line I've written like banking finance, and rest is like I'm talking about like manual testing, and rest is like I'm talking about like my abilities. And rest, if I have any valid visas, whatever I have like certifications, I'm talking it about down. Okay, professional experience, I'm putting it, technical experience and educational certifications and professional experience. After that, project is also not everything. See, I did not talk about like any particular module, functional testing. That's nothing. I did not talk about anything. So what is the project and what was my responsibilities and what are the technologies, which company I worked on. Okay, so here also it is similar thing. What is the project that I worked on and which company I worked on. Okay, so likewise,
Shashank,
sorry guys.
hi, yeah, I have one question regarding the resume. Currently, I'm working into the insurance domain. However, that is in completely non-technical background. So, how will I explain into that the resume?
See, if you are completely non-technical, it doesn't matter anything, guys. Only the thing is like, if you want to go with 3+ years or 4+ years, see, I'll tell you what is the logic that we have. And so there's one question like if you want to go as a fresher, 0 to 4 years, we don't consider it as like a big experience in the market. Okay, you are as equivalent as like
Freshers.
fresher and not a lateral. I mean, like not an experienced guy, we consider. Okay, so in this 0 to 4 years, if you are going with testing, it is very easy. See, 2 years manual testing. You can say manual testing. And 1 year And rest of the 2 years, you can say I worked as like a hybrid resource. Okay, this works. Hybrid resource, both automation and manual. So it's not like you can say that I did not completely work on manual or automation. I was like a mixed resource. Okay, so hybrid is nothing but mixed resource. So sometimes I would get tasks on automations, I would be working on automation. Sometimes I would get on manual, I would be working on manual. Okay, so likewise, you have to talk about your experiences. Let us take like if it takes 0 to 6 years of experience, 6 years experience, not 0 to 6 years experience. In this 6 years experience also, you can say that I worked 2 years automation and 2 years manual. Okay, so here you can consider you'll be putting 2 companies. In this case, what happens is like you have to put the experience. Like if you are working on a single company, that is fine. But if you have worked on more than 2 companies, then you can say that 3 years I worked on manual and some 3 years, 1 year on automation, complete automation, and 2 years on hybrid. So this is only one good thing which happens in testing, guys, not in any other technologies. Because if you are going as like a developer, then it's like very difficult to put this experience. But in terms of automation, in terms of like if you are going as like a test engineer in like both automation or manual, so you can put like this. Okay, so relevant experience, what we say. So what is your relevant experience in automation? Now it is like it comes to 2.5 years of experience. You can say 2.5 years of experience. 2.5 years of relevant experience. Okay, so likewise you can put this. Okay, guys. So for the 0 years of experience, you can directly say that I am well trained. So this is for you. I am well trained in automation testing. Automation testing using Selenium with Java language. And you can say that I'm well trained in TestNG framework, TestNG Maven, and you can put log4j2 extend report. So, and next we can say that GitHub, Jenkins, and you can say that manual testing also we looked into it, right? Manual testing. So this is more than enough for you guys. Okay, so this adds a lot of value. TestNG framework. If you know TestNG framework completely, we have discussed everything. I did not leave a single thing in TestNG. Maven also we discussed what are plugins, what are properties, what are dependencies, how do we create the Maven project. Okay, so all these things that we have discussed, and log4j2 also I discussed because this will be helping you to record the logs. And next we discussed about extent reports. How do we generate the extent reports, and how do we create the extent test? How do we validate the reports? Okay, so next is like GitHub also we discussed. With GitHub I have taken enough time because I want to explain it in a different way. So I showed you like how do we create Git repositories using UI, and as well as like command prompts also. I mean like commands also I showed you, right? And we talked about like what is git fetch, pull, push, brom merge. Okay, so all these things that we have discussed. And next is like we are now will be discussing, for today we'll be discussing about like Jenkins. It will hardly take 15 minutes of time to close the Jenkins. And we discussed about manual testing also. What are different SDLC, SDLC, different types of SDLCs, what is agile methodology. Okay, so for this is like for the freshers. So this is for the experience. If you go with the 6 years experience, then you can put like this. And if you go with the 4 years of experience, then you can put like this. 2 years manual, 2 years hybrid resource. You can say that completely not on. See, this is what the trend is now. Now we are looking for the people, those who can work in both automation and manual. Okay, so meanwhile, you can learn Postman also. Okay, so Postman tool, this is for API automation, APIs. Okay, so you can add this tool also. So go for some courses like JMeter. So this is also kind of a performance tool. It will not take much time, guys. Okay, so I know about how do we exactly use this performance tools and Postman tools, Azure DevOps. Okay, so this all these are the different tools in market, guys. It's not only one thing that we have. Okay, when you go to a supermarket, there are like a lot of things. Customer require based on the customer requirement, they have to provide the services. In the same way, if tomorrow customer comes, if you join a company and he's asking about like API testing, and API testing, then you should start learning automation, Postman or any other tool. Okay, so it's not only one tool that we have. Newman is also another tool. So that tool that we have to learn, and we have to provide services. If he says that I want this performance testing should be done, you can pick JMeter, or you can pick there is another. We have like BlazeMeter. We have Load Runner. This is nothing but officially they are calling it as like performance center. Okay, so these are the different tools, guys. You have to learn it. So it's all depends on the customer requirement that we have to do it. Okay, only don't stick to one tool or one technology. Okay, tomorrow maybe like there could be like Selenium, C# could be there. You should learn C# also. But the same thing that we have as part of like Selenium and Java and C# is like one good thing is like, guys, so only syntax would be changing. So tomorrow they may ask you to run the Python. You have to learn the Python. Okay, it's not only constant that we are working on Java. Mostly you'll try to defend with Java. Like you say that I only know Java, but sometimes that they would demand you to learn on this Python. So you should start learning the Python. Okay, for now our course is built to only teach you Selenium, Java, and manual testing. But down the line, if you know the Java, then Python would be very easy. So how do you write the for loop in Java would be like little different in Python. Then in Python, you would be writing only like per I 10. So initially it will take, so this is nothing but what it does is like for loop, it will be iterating for 10 times. Initially I value will be 0. So in case of Java, how do you write? So you'll be writing like this, int I is equals to 0, I is less than or equal to 10, I plus plus. So only this is like syntax difference. Okay, so like this, you have to be agile. Now it's like market is very much demand for the testing team, testers, and they're looking for any strong testing teams actually. Those who can work on different technologies and tools. Okay. So for sample, I'm going to attach this to your WhatsApp. WhatsApp, guys. I'll just make some changes here. So it's not required. Okay, related with something. Anyway, you have that mobile, but if you are sharing this with somebody else, this is very confidential, guys. Okay, so the thing is like I'm just sharing this with you, but only thing is use it for your preparation purpose. Okay, you can prepare resume on this template, and you can just put your resume in Naukri or wherever you are searching for the jobs. So yeah, are you clear with this, guys, or do you have any questions for me?
No, it's clear.
So you're clear with this?
Yes.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll be in touch with you on WhatsApp, so you can message me. If you have anything, you can just give me a call. Okay. Yeah, so let's go to this. First, we have logged into this Jenkins. I just want to do some configuration, guys. Let's do the configuration first. So for that, I'm going to the manage Jenkins. After that, I went to the tools. I want to set up these things. So yes, everything is like fine. Only thing is like we'll be adding this Maven. Oh, So because we want this Maven home to be populated there. So what is the version? This is the version. So apply and save. Now I'm going to go to this new. I'll be creating. So we already have this. Okay. So luckily it's like picking up everything, but it's not shown up here. So let me add these things. Okay. We'll take the free project here. Yeah. Command line Maven config. Command line Maven job. So I'll take this one. Freestyle. So it's a freestyle I'm selecting, guys. Maven is not installed yet. Okay. Plugin is not available. I will go here. We want to execute this project, right? So right click on this. Can go to this. Take the location. So description, I'm going to run job using event commands, executable commands otherwise. Come here, execute Windows batch, and you can type cd. What is that we have to give? One clean, event clean test. Okay, so job is created, but it's not running. So just click on this build now. So it will start running that. Go to the click on the job. You can see that console output. Job is started. See, it says like this is what we were expecting, right? This is a Maven project. You can go and try to execute it here. So right click on this Maven, run as clean test. Okay. So I'm just, you can give the goals here also. How do you give the goals here? So you can see, you can click on this Maven build. You can give the goals, clean test. Run. It does the same thing. So this is one way of executing from the Eclipse, and other way is it. We can go to the properties. So it is running here. Let's go and see what is the output. This is the output, right? So this is a Maven, this is a Maven. So this is the output I should get. So after this, what I'm going to do is like, come here and you can do this. Just to type CMD. And then you can give Maven MVN clean test. It will start executing. It will look into the pom.xml file and it will start executing the script. Okay, we got this right. The output. This is the output. Okay, let's do one thing. So we're only working on this, right? So I want to create static web server. Is equals to new driver dot get D dot find elements by dot XPath. What is that we have input? And that name is equals to username. Send keys. Dot XPath. Input. Let name is equals to password. Okay. Okay, D dot manage dot. So what is that we want to do is like we want to put the timeouts, implicit wait. So duration dot of seconds, 30 seconds. Okay, I'll wait for that element for 30 seconds. Then if it comes, then we'll be clicking on that. So after that, what we have D dot find elements by dot XPath. Then we have a button. Button that we identify the element here. I click inspect. Inspect on this button and its type is submit. Type is equals to submit. Dot click. Okay, so what you want to validate is like if you don't find that assert true. You admin 1 2 3. What you should be able to see this one. Okay, Control F, and we can put N6. Is equals to dashboard. So here you are going to write it. We dot find element by dot XPath. Okay, so what you are waiting for this one, right? So web element, you have to capture it to the web element dashboard. But pause. We will give only 15 seconds of it. Dot maximize. So we'll run it and we'll see what happens here. Okay.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ವಾಷಿಂಗ್ ಮಿಷನ್ ಹಾಳಾಗಿರೋ ಇದಾಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಾನು
started the Chrome browser here.
Mhm.
Now it will enter the username password. Click on submit button. Now it found the dashboard. So we did not quit it. Build successful. Okay. So what I want to do is like for method. Just write public void open browser. Yes, only give me 15 minutes of time. We'll be done with this. Okay. So now after this, what we do is like d.quit. Just locally we test it, and if everything goes good, then we are going to run it. Okay. So run as aim test. See, one test one, and it is like not failing anything. Okay. Once that true, after this, what I'm going to do is like I'll just write login success. Set false, what it does is like it will never get into this situation. Okay. So else block, if it is going else block, then I want to just show it. So here what I'm going to do is like I'll add one more test here. Login test one. Here I'm going to take login test one. Okay, now we go and try to run it. One should fail. Oh, 1 second. Let me just fail. You just copy pasted it, right? So it will work fine. So here I'm going to put 1, 2, 3. I will right click, run as test. One browser will open and it will be success. Another browser will open, it will be failure, and it will return you the asset failure. It will try to find that dashboard, wait for 15 seconds, then implicit wait that we have given, right? So it will wait for that element to get loaded, and after that it will throw the other. Now you see that, go to this. Sorry, here we have see 2 tests, 1 failure. Okay, errors, skip audio. So what is the result? Here it is showing up. Okay, so test 2, no such element exception. Okay, run 2. Login success. Another one is like it's coming here. So it's like it is showing here itself. Okay, so it's nothing but it is throwing the exception here itself. So we should catch the exception. So in that case, what we can do is like we can just use some try catch. Okay, so else block is not required, but you can still put it well. I can see the exceptions because which one is throwing the exception now? The line number, if condition. Here itself it is throwing the exception. It's not throwing the, it's not returning any condition. Like, you know, what it does, it's like it should see is displayed. It's going to throw the, like, it's going to pass, it's going to return you the like, you know, true or false. But is displayed after that. Here itself it is not finding the, it's not finding the element. Okay, so in that case it is throwing the exception. That is the reason why you are not able to see this. So let me just put this one here, assert failure. Now you can see it will throw the exception, but exception, oh sorry, 1 second, exception you have to put here also. Everything I'm going to put. Because at the second test we have written a failed case. Run as. So after this, we'll run the same project in Jenkins. Okay, so then there we can see what is the output. That will throw, it will show like, you know, two cases are passing because we have handled the exception. But we'll see what is that exception it is printing. Now that web element, whatever we have written at line number, that web element dashboard is equals to read.find element at 6 dash dashboard, right? So that it is trying to find the element now because we have given the implicit weight. So after 15 seconds, it will fail. Okay, so exception will be caught here. Say no such element exception. Do you see this exception here? So it is showing the exception. So before that, what should we get? We should get some message login failed message. So let me just go here and see. Browser driver closed. So not populate here. The login success is like it is able to find this. Okay, so here it is like assert true login success. Okay, so but here in the second time when it is coming here, so it's not able to find the element. Okay, so it should have this system fail. Let me just check here. It's login fail error it is showing. So it is directly tracking that it is showing here. Let me put this one. We dot get message. Yes, login fail. Okay. So stack trace, I'm just want to ignore this. So this we can see it now through the Jenkins. Okay. So how do we run it through the Jenkins now? Go here and we have already created a job, right? So now we want to execute it. So how do we execute? Go back to the dashboard and you can see there's a command line on it. Okay. So now you can directly click on this. So it will schedule a job. Otherwise, you can go and click on this. Then you can find this job scheduled here. Okay. So now you see that I'm just clicking on it. Go to the configure. Yeah. Here you can click on it. Now it's like executing. So this I am executing it through the command line. So Chrome was started successfully, but here it will not open any kind of browser. Okay, so it will be like a headless. So we got login success message here. Okay, so one login is success. So it is trying to find for the next element. So here we will get the exception. Okay, so it says like 2 cases, 1 failed and 1 is passing. Okay, so this is how we'll be executing our jobs guys on the Jenkins. Okay, so now you can see that it is like not able to find this. So it says like this element is not, we are not able to find this element. So it caught this exception and it is throwing it here. Okay, so you can see all the information. So it's like unable to know such element exception, and where it is failing at the login test2. This information will be recorded. And you can see the failure, all the informations will be available here, you can see. Okay, so this is like the execution with the command line. So now we'll go and try to create Maven job. For creating the Maven job, what we have to do? We have to install the plugin. Okay, so for this I'll go to the plugins. From where we are going back to the plugins, like you see, dashboard, manage Jenkins, plugins. And here you can see if it is like available, you can just type it here. So if it is already installed, it will not show up here. Okay, it's available plugin, Maven integration. Select this, install without restarting. It is installing. This is fine, guys. Now, do you see that all the changes that we have made locally are available in the local machine? But I want to push these changes. Okay, so now you go here, test demo 1. This is like a GitHub. Okay, so I want to have these changes in the GitHub. Now you can see there are 2 things. One is like app.java, another one is like we have app test.java. So now what is that code that we have written as part of like app test Java? So do you see this? This is nothing but we have written it newly. So I want to push the changes. How do I push it now? Right click on this project, go to the teams, click on commit. I can see that whichever file that I've changed is available here. Made changes. I'm just writing comments here. Made changes, added, home, browser, and couple of tests. The code. Okay, so let me not push it now. I'll just put it as like commit. And once we create, okay, so let's wait for that plugin to get loaded. So here, so this is completed. Okay, so I'm not going to start it. I'll go to the dashboard. I'll add new job. Okay, so new items. Now you got the. So here I'm going to execute with the Maven. Okay. So command line or Maven project, that I'll create a Maven project here. Say that Maven project. So what I need to give now? So you can go to the, see, we have build process. Go to the build. Form.xml is already taken. We have to give the goals here. Okay. So what is that goal? Clean test. If you say clean test, it will remove existing files and folders. It's going to run the test. Okay, clean test. So pre-build, we don't need, but here we have to provide the complete location. See, observe carefully. What I've done is like I've just made changes, but I did not push anything. I just committed. Okay. So, but now I'm running it through the local. So which one it should take now? It should take the local changes. Okay. So apply, save. So what is that if I need to configure it? Say go back to this configuration and there is like a, see, invoke top level Maven targets here. So you have to put this target. If you want to run it, like a freestyle project. Okay, so I'll tell you how do we run it with the freestyle project also. Apply, save it. Now click on build now. So it started executing it. So go to the console. Like Jenkins remoting capacity, and it will start executing this job. If it has any problem here, we have to go and check that. Okay, so if it does not have anything, it will start executing this job. So it got the location also. You can say C driver and clean test. Okay, we don't have any problem now, so it is executing. So if generally there would be a problem if we have with some dependencies or sometimes with the configuration settings. In terms of that, we have to go back and we have to configure the settings in Jenkins. So it is executing guys. This is one way of executing with the Maven plugin. For Maven project, I'll show you another way also. See, now it has started. So it is like a silent execution. Yes, okay. What we say is like silent, headless testing. So Maven browser will not be shown here. Now you can see that login success. It is working fine. So in terms of Git, what I have done is like during the execution itself. So I made some changes. I'm just committed the changes. So if I commit the changes, where those changes would be there. So it would be there in the staging area. It's not yet moved to the remote. Okay. So this is have a one version of file here and have another version of file here. Okay. So next, when we try to execute Jenkins with the GitHub job, there you see the difference here. Okay. So there you can see the difference. Now you see that it is build success, but one is failing. The reason is like you're not able to find the dashboard. Okay, so this is nothing but the execution with the Maven project. Okay, now go back. Now we can create another item. So this time I'm going to create with the Maven with freestyle. So what you need to do is like go to the build stage, build steps. So here you can see there is like invoke top level Maven targets. You have to click on this, get the Maven version here, and we can give the goal. Clean test. Okay, clean test or clean. So now it's like advanced. We'll give the POM XML file. Where is that POM file located? So it is located in this. Let's save. Now click on build now. So now what it is doing? It is executing it through the freestyle project. Okay, Maven plugin. I did not use the Maven plugin. I just use the freestyle project itself. But what is that configuration that I have made? So I can take this freestyle project, click on it. You can go to the configuration. So here I just went to this build steps. So under this build steps, I have selected invoke top level Maven targets. I've given the Maven home. So from where it is coming? It is coming from the managed config. That's nothing but we have added this Maven version in the. I'll take the duplicate tab. I can show you the manage Jenkins. Okay. So when you go back here, manage Jenkins, and I've added it here under the tools. So where did I add this? So under the Maven configuration, under the Maven here. So from where I want to take, this is like Maven home I've given and the version that I'm picking it. So that version, it is automatically taking here, taking the goals in under advanced. I'm just giving the pom.xml file. When I execute this, I can see the output here. Okay. So it is done, but it is failing because of the issue with the dashboard, not with the script here. Okay. So it's not able to find the dashboard. So that is the reason why it is failing. Okay. So this is like second way of doing with the Maven. So here we can see that one is unstable build, another one, this one is also failed because both of them are like have some issues. Okay. So let me run it again and see why it is like showing unstable. Okay. Getting this here, go here. Its notation in the Maven is like it's showing unstable because the build is failing. But generally freestyle project, it is showing as like failure. One test would fall, one test would pass, another test would fail. Okay. So that is the expected result. So login success, one test is passing, another test will fail. Okay, so let's go back and see the status now. Still it is in progress. It's taking 6 minutes and 58 seconds. It is executing. See, now it is like it is showing one passed and one failed. Okay. So here you can see one passed and one failed. Pass case, there's no skip, and failed is like there is a one failed. Okay. So if you want to see both of them, it will show it down and it show it the down. So this is nothing but this is showing up the Maven test bed. So when you extract it, you can see the details, which one is passing and what is the error. Okay, stack trace and standard error. What is that error that we are getting? All these details will be available. One passing and one failure. Okay, two tests are the two. It's showing up everything. You can see. So this is about like Maven. This Maven project, Maven with the freestyle. So now we'll try to run the Git. Okay. With Maven project with. First, we'll go with the freestyle. Now observe guys carefully. So what is happening in this case? So now we are taking it from the Git source management. Okay. So we have to select this Git and we have to give the URL. So what is that URL? Go back to this. We can go to the code. Take this and copy this. Okay. HTTPS. Copy it, come back and paste it here. So credentials, we can add the credentials, Jenkins credentials. So I'm going to add my credentials here. So this credential will help you to access that. Okay. So I'm just adding it now. So add repository. So by default, we have this. Okay. Repository also, we have this repository. And by default, it is taking from the master branch. Okay. So browser, auto, everything is like fine now. So just apply, save. Will now. So which test will be executed? It's going to execute this particular test, right? So now we'll see what happens here. But what it says is like it's not able to find that actually. Okay, so its location is like it's taking this, but it's not able to find out. So what are the issues that we faced yesterday is like we are not able to pick up that. Okay, so console output it says like you can see commit changes updated Java skip change log for first time build and it's showing like it's success. But what is that out? What is the output that we have to get? We have to get the output. So this is the output that we have to get. Let me open this file and again show you the output that what is the expected output that should be printed. So this is the expected output that should be printed, right? But it's not printing. The reason is yesterday we made I made some silly mistake here. So from where you have to get it from? So master branch, and you see that the file that we have to pick is like it is picking from where it has to pick. It has to pick from the location, right? So what is that location? That location I did not specify. Clean test. Once here, it has to pick the file from this location. Okay. So this is the location. You need to copy this test demo /form.xml. Okay. So I will go and try to execute it. It's a Maven. It's a Maven file. I did not give the location yesterday. Okay, so it's like I missed out test demo Maven. So that is the reason why it was failing. Now we see that it is executing. So what is the two things that I've configured in case of freestyle? One is like from where we want to pick it. Okay, so go to this and you can see there are some configurations here. Go to the configuration and you can see first is like source code management. You have to select Git. You have to provide URL, credentials, and the branch that you want to access. And after that, go to the build steps and you can see there is a invoke top level management targets. Give the version of the Maven and give the goals. And here you have to specify form.xml, the file where it is located in this Git repository. Okay, so now you go here and you can see there is now it is passing. Click on this console output, it is showing that it's passing. Okay, this is a Maven project. But what is that code that we want to execute? This is the code that we have to execute, right? But what I did is like just committed. I did not push the changes. So that is the reason why the Git is not updated yet. Okay, so Git is not updated. So here, in this file, you can see that the code is not updated yet. Okay, so for this, what I have to do? To go back to this Eclipse, right click on this and you can go to the teams and you can push branch here. Okay, push it. Now we see that it is updated. Go and refresh this now. You'll see the updated code here. Okay, so all the code is updated here. Okay, now you go and try to run it. Okay, now we don't run it the old one. So we'll try to create the another Git project with the Maven style. Okay, so from the Maven style, it is similar in both cases. It is similar only in terms of freestyle. We have to add the top level Maven artifacts. But in case if you are trying to add it to the Maven, it will automatically Git Maven, Git project Maven style. Okay, that is freestyle. Now I'm using the Maven style. So select the Maven project. Click on OK. Go to this Git and you can put the Okay, repository, click on code, copy it, go back to this, and paste it here. You can add the credentials. So credentials will be automatically available here. And after that, we can go to the Maven build. See, now it is showing up here, right? So now what is that we need to take is like, it is located inside this demo, test demo Maven. Copy this, put it here, use this / pom.xml. Goal is like clean. Tester, you can give clean install also. Install is like if something is missing, it will install and it will test. Okay. Clean test is like basic goals that we are going to apply. Save. Now go and click on build now. Now it is like building. Now it is executing it from the Maven. Okay, GitHub from the Maven. Now you see the difference here. So earlier it was showing Maven project. Now it will open the Chrome browser. That's nothing but silently it will open the Chrome browser and it will do the login. And after it will test, 2 tests will be tested. See, Chrome driver was started successfully. Login success, another one is like login failure. So one Chrome browser driver is like closed, another one is open. Okay. Now you see that it is closing this. It says like unstable. So in case of Maven, it is showing as like unstable. Now you can see that all the this one is failing. This one is earlier passing, right? So let's go and try to see the console. Console output is like it was showing Maven project. Now I'll go back. Now build it now. Okay, click on build now. So you see the output now. Okay, so it will take the latest code. Okay, earlier it was taking the old code, but now it will take the latest code. You want to see that whether the Chrome is opening or not. So you can go to our task manager. It will show you, see, background, the Chromes are opening. So these are the Chrome browsers are opening. See, so it is executing. Chrome driver 32-bit. Okay, it's nothing but there is no Chrome open here, right? Do you see any Chrome open here? No, but at the background, it is running. Okay, close it. It is failing. Why is that failing? One failure, 2 tests. Okay, go back to this and you can see the failure information. Go back to this, go to dashboard. You can see this things are failing. The reason is like it will show you. When you click on this, it will show you the failure results. Okay, so we saw how do we execute Maven with Freestyle, Maven with plugin, and we saw Git how to execute Git with Freestyle and Git with Maven, and we saw the command line config also. Okay, so it's all up to us, like how do you want to view this. So that's it, guys, from the Jenkins. So this is like the complete thing that we have discussed so far in terms of Java and Selenium, along with the different tools.
Okay, sure.
Okay. So guys, for your reference, I'm going to share my resume, and please be in contact with me in terms of any doubts. And if you have anything, please connect with me in WhatsApp, and you can ask me doubts. Okay.
Sure, sir. Yeah.
Please practice, guys. It is very important for us to practice. If you don't practice, then it will be very difficult, because a lot of things that we have discussed, not the single thing. Okay. And now you can see that I want to show you here. See, we have a backup. Do you see this initial admin password which is gone? So if you forget this, now you see that I'll try to log out, and I'll try to log in with the admin. So this is the reason why we have to put the backup. Still it is like, again, it is decrypted, that one. Sorry, encrypted, and it is removed. It has been like, again, it has removed that one. So let me try. If it is there in the secret, then that is well and good. I think this is the latest change, guys. Okay. So this is the latest change. Actually, that secret password should be there with us. So Jenkins, it is not here. Our program files, we did not store it. I'm going to program data, Jenkins and secret. Okay, but secret key is not there. Initial admin password. Let's go and try to open this one also. So let me just paste it here. Do you see this is not the secret key? Okay, earlier we had a different secret key. Let me try with this secret. So it is not allowing me. Okay, let me go and try to log in with my credentials. It is allowing. Okay, so again, if you want to manage your Jenkins and all secrets, so there is a user which you have created, right? So that is showing the user details here. Okay, so secrets. Who else like can be done? So this generally these things will be handled by the admin. Okay, so all these options will not be shown to you. So if you are using Jenkins, this manage Jenkins will not be allowed. Like this thing security, these things will not be there. Okay. See, configure credentials, system credentials. See, we have the system credentials ID and stored in Jenkins. Where it is stored, it is showing like domain, system domain, credentials, and this is the ID, password. So if you want to update, you can update. Okay. So, but this all things will happen if you have admin rights. Otherwise, you cannot do all these things. Okay. So basically what we do is like we are going to run these jobs, like we create and run these jobs. So automatically these jobs would be picking the details. So like, this is all one-time configuration. Okay. So we need not to do it multiple times. Only thing is like whenever you are configuring, you should configure it properly so that everything will be retained. And after that, you can execute it. Okay. So likewise, we can write here, we are writing command prompts here, but like only commands. We can write shell scripts also. Okay, so shell scripts can be also be written here, and it's like all up to us, like what you want to do after this. You want to delete this, if you want to see. This is like generally we don't do much on this when we are doing in the automation. So we try to execute that code, and we want to see that everything is working fine, because now you see that it's kind of like a centralized repository. So everything you are creating here and you are pushing it, and this will be available here in the Git. So for example, the person who's sitting in the US, he can just go and just trigger it. How does it trigger? He'll go here and he'll go to the dashboard. You can say, go to the dashboard. So you can see that go and trigger this particular job. We'll just mail him. He's going to just click on this. We'll just click on the build. This is on demand. If you want to make it like, for example, if you want to make it kind of like, automated job, then we have to use that. Whatever we have discussed about the cron jobs, right? So those cron jobs we can execute. Okay, continuous execution. Continuous integration. See now how it is doing now. So if, for example, we have another things also, we can just use the webhooks for that. So webhooks is nothing but here we go here and here. Let me open this. Site, and the project that I'm using is like test demo. Webhooks. Just entering my username password. Password. Just showing it the password. Let me go back. Yes, this is my so payload URL. So here I need to just add this. So webhooks, what they do is like generally if you make any changes, okay. So if you make any changes, so these changes will be automatically taken care. For example, here you go branch, add branch name pattern and all. So if you make any changes, if you do any changes here, so it's going to apply those things. Okay. So branch here, it's like which branch you want to do the changes. So we need to configure it in the Jenkins also. Okay, this thing is failing. Let's see why it is failing now. The same issue. Okay, not issue, but it's not finding the dashboard because of the username, invalid username and password. Okay. So guys, you not to worry about this webhooks and everything. So this is like little advanced, but now whatever is required for creating the jobs, running the jobs at your like experience, this is more than enough. Okay, so this is like more than advanced that you have learned. So all the best, guys. If you have any questions, please let me know. And yeah, I'll be in touch with you. Don't worry. So if you have any questions, please WhatsApp me, and if we can connect and we can just look into that.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Just as you provide us code of sample org on WhatsApp.
Sorry, sir. Your voice is breaking, cracking very bad.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. 1 minute, sir.
You can WhatsApp me. No advice. I'll be there.
Hello.